Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Jane and this is MJ Money Matters. Here in this space I show you how I use the zero-based budgeting method to maintain and control a simplified money life. So if that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and stick around for more. Hi guys, how's everything? How is everyone doing? I had a bit of a dramatic week, if you will. And that I quit my teaching job quite unexpectedly, but I have to credit cash stuffing by maintaining and controlling my budgeting life. I knew I can survive without that job. And so when something happened that I was like, I absolutely am not going to put up with this, I was able to say, yeah, no. And I think they thought I was kidding at first. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm leaving and my last day is tomorrow. And then that last day is tomorrow was a snow day. So I just didn't ever have to go back. Like what would happen that would make me quit like that? Safety concerns. You know, there is a lot of violence against teachers. There's student on student violence. There's student on teacher violence, student on administration violence. And when you work in a high school, there's violence in my school. My school has had a murder before. There was a student who murdered another student in the building. So that classroom is no longer used and is storage and has its own key. So your master key is not even going to work to get you in there for the curious or whatever. So I take this very seriously when I was like, I do not feel safe. Basically, the student is 16 and a half years old, and he wrote on the board to literally get at me, because he's been getting at me. He's been throwing computers. I mean, like really serious stuff. Cursing up a storm, just like trying to physically intimidate other students, threatening violence and such. And he wrote on the board, F hoes. I mean, he wrote the thing, but I can't say it on YouTube. F hoes and get money. And it was like, first of all, that's not even how that works. Second of all, you're no stud. So good luck with that. But third of all, they didn't do anything to him at all. And, you know, they were like, oh, well, you know, in special education, there's a lot of red tape. And someone literally put in his IEP, there's no consequences. So that's a legally binding contract. And I have never heard of something more ridiculous than IEP in my life. And it's like, no wonder this kid is such a monster. He's very, very aware. He gets no consequences for any of his actions, which is literally setting him up to not even fail, but probably to die something in a very violent way, because he was going to say the wrong thing to the wrong person. And it's very sad. It's very unfortunate. And they were just like, yeah, no. And I was like, then take him out of my class. Oh, no, we can't do that. I was like, okay, well, good luck with that. And, you know, when I said that, the principal looked at me like I had punched him in the throat. I mean, he really was just like, did you just say that to me? He was like, are you quitting? And I'm like, oh, yes. Tomorrow will be my last day, and then the snow day. So next week will be my last paycheck. It was 3 days. And that's that. The very next day was the snow day. And then the day after that was a Friday, and it was, you know, back to school. My phone blew up. I had 7 offers to teach for the rest of the year. And I'm just like, no, I'm good. I mean, I don't mind picking up here or there, but I'm like, I want to get my time back. Like, I'm so exhausted, and I don't have the patience to deal with something as bizarre as a child saying F hoes get money on my board, and then the other students see that nothing happens to them, which emboldens them then to act out and lash out. And it just like, it's like a flan. It just goes down. And it's like, I can't do that. You've stripped me of all credibility. And there's you have to maintain control as an educator, and you've taken away any control, and I get it, it's a legal thing, but the fact that you allowed the special education coordinator to put no consequences in the IEP is your problem, not my problem. So that was the end of that. Sadly, a lot of educators are trying to leave, trying to quit. And this week has been very explosive politically, with lots and lots of people losing their jobs. So I do feel grateful in that I can leave on my own accord and feel like I'm going to be fine financially, because I know that is not the case for a lot of people. And so more than ever, I'm committed to living below my means and budget myself into a much better place and get this house paid off as soon as possible, so I no longer have to deal with that. This week, all right, I'm cash stuffing $2,431. Most of it is digital, and I start off with my fake cake. What is a fake cake? It is literally a fake cake. I have this beautiful jade cake stand, and I got the big dome lid, and it just lives on the shelf. It's a display shelf. And so I found a seller on Etsy that creates absolutely beautiful heritage Victorian looking cakes that they're fake. And so I purchased one from her. It'll be here in a couple of weeks. You know, they're made to order, and it's just gorgeous. It literally looks turn of the century, and it will live, you know, there in posterity on my display shelf. It was a splurge purchase, but you know, it's buy once, cry once on that, because it'll be on my shelf and it's so beautiful. I cannot wait. So that was $150. I know, right? I obviously bought that before. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna quit this job. I probably wouldn't have spent the $150 if I knew I wasn't gonna finish the week, but whatever, it happens. I also work really hard, so every once in a while you gotta treat yourself. The moving van fund, I put $80 into it with a direct deposit I got. Gas is in the car, not in the furnace, and I spent $100 on gas. Home improvement. This is also a buy once scenario. I purchased chair railing, wainscoting, moldings, under cabinet lighting. Yeah, that's it. And it was $370. Some of it has arrived, some of it has not yet. And so when the moldings and chair railings arrive, you know, they'll get permanently affixed to the living room walls, and then I'll paint them to match. And the end, you know, it's like I never have to spend that money again, and it's part of the house. So it's something that I've really wanting, and moving forward and finishing the house. Because it's been 2 years of basically camping, the fact that it's starting to look really homey is such a incredible feeling, and I'm so happy with how the house is turning out. The couches that I purchased last week came, and I was able to put them together. They're absolutely gorgeous. They open up into sleeper sofas. Again, I don't need to buy any more couches for the living room. That's done. They face the fireplace, which I bought the week before that I also spent several weeks saving for. And the giant television that was just put in there to replace the smaller one that went downstairs. So it's been a lot on that room, but that room is looking fantastic. Into savings, I put $486. DTE is my electric bill. This month it was $283. Home insurance, I paid $180. The internet was $55. Cat food and groceries, I spent $60 this week. Apple subscriptions was $20. And lunches out, I really splurged at $55, considering I only worked 3 days where I needed to go get my lunch. So one of them was Jersey Mike's, man. I really love that place. And to be fair, that Jersey Mike's was 2 meals because I was able to eat half of it and save the other half. But still, it was quite the splurge. And I won't really need my lunches out money any longer all that often. I do feel I probably will pick up some subbing here and there, but I really don't want to do any more long term at the moment. Yeah, I mean, man, the stress of someone trying to give me somebody else's kid problem, like, no. The person who wrote that, no consequences in the IEP, they're the ones that should have to have that kid all day. They're the ones should be completely bitched out by that kid all day long. They're the ones that should have to deal with him trying to beat up kids because he knows no one's going to do anything about it. Mortgage. I put $200. Savings Mac, which is a different savings account, $40. This is my cash here. Car payment is $250. And Dallas Box, I'm putting aside $100 because I didn't pay it for a couple of months. So I need to fill that envelope. That's a sinking fund. I paid it for 6 months ahead a couple of months ago. So I want to make sure that I keep stuff in that envelope. And for the ATM today, I'm putting in $2. Look, it's zero-based budgeting. Every dollar has a home, even that $2. All right, so let's do a little bit of math and let's see what we got here. 150 plus 80 plus 100 plus 370 plus 486, 283, 180, 55, 60, 20, 55, 200, 40, 250, 100, $2. $2,431. Perfect. Now, let's see here. $200. That's going to go into the mortgage. Got my little envelope here. I got last week's stuffing in there already. So that should be a total of 400. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Plus 300 is $400 in that envelope. I really am liking the hybrid of doing some digital and some cash, especially because I'm paid in cash as a server. Now that I'm working at a good restaurant, not one that's making me bring money every time. So I'm not using as much cash in some of these envelopes because they are just hitting direct deposit and going straight through. But it doesn't mean that I don't utilize them some months, especially because I'm not going to have as much coming in direct deposit because I'm not going to be employed there. So I have to do direct deposit at least once a month to get waived for the monthly fee of that particular bank account. So that could be like one DoorDash. It could be one day of subbing. You know, there's certain things that I have set up for direct deposit. It's just another thing to have to worry about, but I don't know, whatever. $40 for the Savings Mac. Reusing some of my Post-its because, you know, they're expensive. I don't just want to go through Post-its like crazy. Putting that aside because I'm going to deposit it tomorrow. That's done. Car payment is $250. 100, 250, 250 for my car payment. I'm just going to put that to the side because I don't think I brought that envelope out. Oh well. Dallas Box, $100 for the Dallas box. Same thing. I didn't bring that envelope because I didn't prepare, I guess. I was too busy trying to figure out what I was going to say. ATM, $2. We're going to use that right here. Listen to her great voice.
Please insert paper bill, enter deposit amount, and press note deposit to confirm. Haha, the deposit this time is $2. Keep doing it. The remaining sum is $363.82.
Honestly, nothing makes me happier than this little guy. It's like encouraging. It's the most encouraging toy I've ever had. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining today. Yes, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about having some time off and not working every single moment of every single day, catching up on some things, doing life stuff, seeing friends. And I appreciate you guys all being here. Have a great week. Bye.